Hey, RetconRaider here, and welcome back to Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader. As today... Oh, hold that thought. Apparently we just hit max level again. So, let me go ahead and take care of this real quick. Not that there's really much to do. No choices on your final level up. Just an extra AP. And yeah, we're about to pick up this cold trail. Though I suppose as long as we're here, I might as well also point out that I did go ahead and switch armor. We're now wearing the Phantom Killer body glove, which I assume is under the fancy coat. Not that I'm complaining. It certainly makes us look more the part of a proper rogue trader. And I think we're just about as ready as we're ever going to be. Let's head on down. Party looks correct. Oh, yeah. And looking at the loading screen here, it does make me think we might be up against some sort of Necrons. Similar to the Lone Hunter back on Viabo 6. Especially with the visible green glow beneath the ice, indicating...
I always keep my options open.
At least some Necron structures are still active. But I suppose we'll find out soon enough. Astartes Power Sword. You know, I've got to say, that's tempting. I like the knife he's got because it theoretically refunds AP on kill, but at this point it might just be too weak to really reliably get any. Also, Virtuous Vindication, which is a unique Inferno pistol with a chance to cause massive burning and melting and stun. My goodness. See, that would be a perfect weapon for a character who actually used an Inferno pistol. Unfortunately for us, that's pretty much just Incendia, who we've currently got benched. The bodies of uniformed Imperial scouts have been scattered around by a detonated mine. Interesting. The scouts discovered Ulfar's lifeless body here. So were those dead scouts mine? The tracks of the mysterious enemy that defeated the Space Wolf have almost been hidden by the snow.
Thank Russ for my sharp senses.
Indeed. Standard demo check, not Xenos, so that would imply weapons of Terran make. But possibly left by the Baleful Howl.
Let us not dawdle.
Pay attention.
Yeah. Oop. Okay, well that one exploded before we even touched it. No one even got hurt, so... Ooh. Mjodler. An Astartes power hammer with an automatic area strike. It only has a single target strike, but on hit it hits all other enemies within 2 cells. That's kind of fun, but I don't think I'd want to give up the variety. The variety of toting 3 different weapon types, since that's how he builds his versatility. Also, this really feels like a pretty obvious meltable surface. Yeah, let me go ahead and try to light that up. Oh, okay. Fair enough. That really looked conspicuous to me. Okay, well we... Alright, I'm just going to go ahead and say I have no idea what's going on with these mines, but they're not hurting us, so I guess it's fine. We also have an obvious door there, but we can't seem to interact with it. And... oh, that's where we came in. Right. So this open door here feels like where we're supposed to go, but clearly we're missing something. Oh, right, yeah, the giant pile of dead Space Marines that probably does deserve attention. My brothers. Red brows furrowed in anguish, Ulfar bows down over the bodies encased in ceramite and adamantine. Once again, fate has barred me from traveling to the Hall of the Allfather with my brothers. The snow-covered battlefield reveals little, but it is clear that the wolves gave furious battle one last time. The rocks are pitted from bolter strikes, and here and there you see scorch marks left by plasma charges. I'm only seeing markings left by their weapons. What were they fighting? I smell no corruption on their bodies, and I see no traces of Xenos weapons. I think they did battle with humans here. In the middle of these old Necron ruins. I mean, we know someone else who has vested interest in these things, but what do you think they were trying to find? I do not know what they were seeking, but they certainly found someone here. Otherwise, this crime would not have been committed. Well, you have my condolences, Ulfar. I know we both suspected that it might end this way, but it's still difficult to face the reality of it. They deserve better than this. Do not be sorry, Edvetter. They died with honor, as the Allfather's warrior should. In the Hall of Kjalhalla, their horns will be full to the brim with heady Mjad. Ulfar gnashes his teeth in anguish. Heaving a breath, Ulfar mutters, I sense evil in their deaths. The souls of the baleful Howl are not at rest, but remain here on the battlefield. They are not with the Allfather. I must escort them to him. Will you bear witness to the last honor given to my brothers? I mean, I'd love to help, but what exactly is this going to involve? We are in hostile territory. I will sing their sagas so that the world remembers who they are. Then the flames will take their bodies, and we will drink to the memory of my pack, to ease their march to Kjalhalla. You don't think we should take them back to Fenris? There is no point now. If they had died recently, and if I were a wolf priest, I would have armed myself with a fang of Morkai and extracted their progenoids, the implants containing the memory of the Allfather's blood. On Fenris, they would have been transplanted into young wolves, and the valor of my brothers would have lived on in them. But their bodies have lain here too long, so they should simply be given to the flames, to protect them against scavengers and unworthy hands. Turning to Pascal, Ulfar says in a grave voice, I know that you are a man of curiosity, but do not even think about performing the sacrament of harvesting on my brothers' bodies. It is forbidden for you. The tech priest's voice is cold and contemptuous. This unit has no intention of assisting a pack of murderous beasts. Oh, Pask, buddy, you've got to let it go, man. You're alive. And it turns out that the people who really betrayed you weren't these guys, it was yourself. sort of. Alright, Ulfar, I'll do it. It would be an honor, but at the same time, I should say we really should make this quick. We are still in hostile territory. Ulfar produces a knife inscribed with scarlet runes. Picking up a rock from the ground, he begins to scratch the rock's sharp edge across the blade, etching a name. His powerful voice rumbles. Hear now the saga of the baleful Howl Pack, proud warriors of Fenris, Vilka Fenrika. The verses weave together, recounting the deeds of each of Ulfar's dead brothers. With incredible precision in every detail, the wolf lists the accomplishments of his comrades, the enemies they slew, and the sacrifices they made. The saga continues at length, and the relentless rhythm sends you into a trance. With a grinding screech, the rock is drawn across the knife blade again and again, inscribing one name after another. On the cold world they gave battle, the pack's fierce name never disgracing. So ends the saga of the baleful howl, and the void thunders with echo unending. Fenris Sjolda. Ulfar is silent for a long time. The etched knife blade slices across his huge palm, and scarlet drops paint the snow. His weary voice rasps. Hear my oath, All-Father. Jelka Thura Ag Jamia. With his bloodied hand, the wolf removes the rune-covered horn from his belt, and, from a flask, pours something dark and sharp-smelling into it. Let us drink to my brothers at Vetter, and then we will build the pyre. That oath. What exactly did that mean? It is the oldest oath on Fenris. It translates as, I will avenge, or I will be forsaken. And, that? What exactly are we drinking? Usually, wolves are commemorated with mead, but I'll have to settle for something I made myself. A few poisonous herbs from Janus, some rare toxins traded on footfall. Maybe this brew will overcome the physical might of an Astartes. Ulfar smiles sadly. How I wished that my omen would prove a lie, and that my libation would sour without ever being tasted. Ulfar, buddy, I want to respect your customs and honor your friends here, but you do realize I'm just a normal human, right? You just told me that horn is full of poison. What exactly do you think happens when I drink it? I'm not a madman. It is a strong brew, but it will not kill you. It shouldn't, at least. But it may envelop your mind in a haze of dreams. Do not believe everything you see. The visions may have been sent by the Allfather, or by someone less worthy. Okay, and, remind me why we're doing this at all? Custom. Back when Leman Russ was still young and did not yet know the Allfather, he found himself in the lost village of the Wave Raiders clan. They had all been slain by monsters, and their souls now wandered the ruins of their homes, crying out for vengeance. Leman Russ could not speak to the dead, comfort them, or grant them peace, because he was alive, and they were not. Then he brewed a mixture of poisoned herbs and drank himself almost to death. The light in his eyes faded, and the figures of the dead appeared before him in the darkness. Russ swore an oath of vengeance before them, and the fire of resentment in their hearts went out. We have been giving our dead the same send-off ever since. Well, I mean, I'm certainly not going to argue with someone like Leman Russ. Bottoms up. I guess I'll see you on the other side. The astringent liquid burns your throat, and a fog immediately descends over your vision. The sky darkens, and the rising wind whistles in your ears. Through it comes the high-pitched cawing of a bird. Ulfar nods approvingly. "It is a sign! Fate walks beside us! Skull!" Taking back his horn, the wolf takes a mighty swallow of the stuff. Majestic shadows rise in the snowy haze around you. The figures of warriors clad in indestructible armor, bearing an emblem of two black fangs piercing the yellow of the sun. They are looking at you. The brothers bear witness, which means it is time for us to meet my last comrade. Your comrade? What are you talking about? There is one missing among the dead, and now I know who I was fighting before. It was Brother Ignolf. Ignolf? Why would he be attacking us? Is he the one who killed your pack? No, he went mad with grief over the bodies of his brothers, and the curse of the Wolfen prevailed over his valiant heart. He became a beast. Right, the curse of the Wolfen. You mentioned that back in Camorra. Is there any hope we can still talk him down? We talked you down. There is no reasoning with one who knows only the black bitterness of hatred. The curse of the Wolfen is not only our bane, but also our shield against temptation. When intolerable thoughts take shelter in a wolf's mind, the curse comes and drives them out, dousing them with the waters of anger. You cannot reason with a Wolfen, or deceive him, or entice him. That is our bloody talisman against evil. So what exactly are you suggesting? Corruption is washed away by blood. We will cleanse his spirit, as there is no hope for his body now. None return from the curse's embrace. Kalkazar once encountered another of my brothers, who had also become a Wolfen. Kalkazar captured him and brought him to Fenris. That is the debt we came here to pay. But we have no way of doing what Kalkazar did. So we will have to grant Brother Ignolf peace. I mean, we don't have to kill him. We could just leave him here. He seems to be able to survive here well enough. And once we're gone, there'll be no one left to hurt. We cannot. The curse of the Wolfen is a secret of our chapter, and secrets must be kept. I cannot leave proof of our vulnerability here, for the enemy may find it, and use it. I understand. The wolf moon raises its head and howls. Then it turns its wise, piercing gaze on you, and blood rains down from its snow-white fangs onto the frozen world. So how exactly do we track this guy down? He seems to have the home court advantage. A toothy grin is the only response you receive. You see fangs lengthening before your eyes. Is it Ulfar laughing at you, or the feral moon suspended in the sky? The fog clouding your mind grows thicker. He will come. I mean, maybe, but that's neither here nor there. All right, let's do this. Ulfar lets out a belligerent howl, whipping up snowdrifts into frightened whirlwinds. You hear a terrible cracking sound. Someone's feet. No, paws are breaking through the crust of snow on the ground. The beast now comes, and its cruel howl awakens the fallen warriors of Fenris. Fenris thirsts for vengeance. Oh, okay. So we're actually fighting ghost wolves. That... I'm not gonna lie, that is not where I saw this going. In retrospect, I will say, based on what we saw the first time around, when we landed and rescued Ulfar, Feral Space Wolf definitely makes sense. I really should have thought of that earlier. I just got kind of stuck on the whole Necron thing, but, I'm not entirely sure where the undead Astartes factor in. Then again, I did also just drink a bunch of poison, so, you know, there's also that. Though that would not explain how the rest of our squad can also see them. Anyway, no sign of our beast, so I guess we'll just focus on what's right in front of us. We've got 3 Ghost Marines, so let's put them down, I guess. Honestly, glancing at their stat bars there, they don't look all that tough. But that said, I do also suspect that this is just our warm-up act. The beast is out there somewhere, biding its time before it strikes.
I will do my duty.
You know, I did actually have someone ask me what difficulty I'm playing on after the Necron fleet fights. It's still unfair. We're running on raw unfair at this point. No modifiers or anything. It's the maximum difficulty. The game just doesn't really do a great job of scaling, which I'm mostly fine with. I mean, I would like a bit more pushback that would make it a bit more engaging when we get into these combat sections. But honestly, I'm mostly playing it for the story. The story, the exploration, the...
I am a navigator, not a servitor.
The character interactions and so forth. That's what really tends to get me hooked in these sorts of games. Hence the 200 plus episodes.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
And the wind that howls. For Rus and the All-Father. Request approved. My vow is to serve.
Nice, nice. Guess we're finishing off the guy on left first. Lovely. And suppressing fire. Keek. Wow, 200 damage. My goodness, man. All right, let's whittle number 3, I guess.
So it shall be. the wolf succeeds. Tear them to shreds, brothers.
And round 2. Yeah, kinda saw that coming.
I'll see to it personally.
Ooh, and now Valen, theoretically, gets an extra shot per round. First shot's at half strength.
On it.
Which did not take our attack action, so we can actually follow up now.
I'll see to it personally. Another enemy down.
Which triggers a bonus shot. Then Death Whisper, followed by our ult. And what the heck? Let's toss another ult into the mix. Lovely. Oh yeah, and zones. Kind of superfluous at this point, but might as well.
Now is the hour of blood. No challenge is too great.
Oh, goodness. I mean, to be fair, Pask is essentially our squishiest party member. And even then, they barely got him past halfway down. We've got an ult on tap, so Heinrich should be able to finish this for us pretty easily. And also take care of that flesh wound while he's at it.
Let's see to it.
The Inquisition sends their regards.
Pascal clear. And now we wrap this up.
I won't object to it. Let's see to it.
Nothing stands against me.
Nice. Oh, we don't actually get to fight him. Alright, we'll take it. Region classified. Location classified. Material: oral retelling of On Ulfar and His Brothers, The Baleful Howl saga, and On the Last Wolf verse. Recorded by Arch-Chronicler Olkert Memistat. My verses you will hear, glorious brothers, of how the paths of Ulfar, called Thunderlong from the first, and the last wolf of the Baleful Howl, were intertwined. Over his brother's cold body standing, Ulfar the Hard-Earned proclaimed to the sky their glorious sagas, and his last homage paid to those warriors proud, as his witness taking, his companion of the line von Valancius. The blizzard was raging, and the wind furiously howled, as under that terrible clawed paw the snow crunched, and in the dead light of a moon strange to human eyes, a beast, long fur bristling, of death reeking, into the circle stepped. His retinue to his aid the rogue traitor called. But the cry was drowned out by the harsh elements roaring, magic with snow whirling in a dance intertwining, where the beast left a bloody reaping of only two. The Allfather's call, two summoned to battle against the beast. You did not fear to meet me, perfidious spirit, who the name Doppelgrendel claims. I see you have not learned from the last battle, though you paid for it with gouged eye. So spoke Ulfar Thunderlung, and the beast replied, Of your spoils you boasted to the priests in vain, Ulfar Everlost. My body alone you wounded, but I your spirit maimed, and your weird crippled. Then came the turn of the 8 Vetter to speak. One last effort to defuse, perhaps. And turn the 2 wolves away from the empty shedding of blood. But it is not given to us to change fate's weaving. The children of Fenris hungered for mortal combat. Enough words had been spoken. The power of words spewed from the beast's mouth, grinning. The cry of the wild hunt, and the embittered souls hearkened. Out of snow and wind, wolf bodies were woven, for the warriors who died an unclean death, the unavenged, evil never forgetting. Their ice fangs gnashing, they approached, into the roiling sky howling. The first brother by Ulfar was vanquished. With the second he clashed, the 8 Vetter as his shield. Then, with laugh booming, the heavens were split by the formidable Ulfar, his battle friends guarding. With a mighty wrench, the wolf's jaws he tore, opening them wide, the evil charms banishing. With dignity was met each brutal strike, and with savagery was slain each deadly foe. The pack was defeated. But the beast was not yet vanquished. Roaring, his body he threw into the fray, like a mighty spear thrust. Howling, his claws cut through the adamantine. The warriors fought, a river of blood spilling. Ulfar Thunderlung, his battle song singing. The black curse, his vicious rival echoing. The warriors were clashing when the cunning 8 Vetter. A sliver of weakness sighted in the foe's armor. A weakness spying in the strong armor's joins, the 8 Vetter to Ulfar cried out that a ruthless blow he should strike. His knife drawing and a harsh cry unleashing, Thunderlung plunged the blade into the insidious spirit's foul flesh. To his knees the beast fell, and suddenly about his grey lips a smile played, of guile and fear. Upon the 8 Vetter fell the wolf's fiery gaze. By the power of icy Fenris, I do curse you. If you look into the past, you shall see only deceit. If you look into the future, you shall see only treachery. The false friend's dagger shall open your breast. The arrows of deceit's wrought shall pierce your back. So spoke the spirit, born in sorrow, the 8 Vetter cursing. And then the bloody wound the 8 Vetter spied. His breast was cut. His heart was quiet. The 8 Vetter's death had caught him unawares. Oh boy, From the 8 Vetter's lips a daring song burst forth. Death on the battlefield extolling. The heat of these words the 8 Vetter's heart inflamed, the spirit's fatal vision banishing. Glory to brave hearts that fear not death. In its death rasp, the Doppelgrendel answered, Brother, we were doomed, not by the archenemy's followers, nor by the despicable Inhumans, who did not touch our armor, nor with dark sorcery did the Malefics defeat us. No, it was the humans, who oaths of friendship swore, that plunged the blade into our back, their treacherous plot, in malice, hatched. Said the spirit, and then it fell silent forever, the noble wolf's body fleeing, and peace to it bestowing. The pair stood together over the prostrate body, the body not of a beast, but of a brave, fallen brother. The fearsome Ulfar declared an oath of vengeance, and the mighty wolves to Kjalhalla went charging. They went knowing that from their betrayers, 3 times the blood price would be exacted. And the Etvetter also his piece spoke. Who killed your brothers? From this day forth, who is our foe? Though I think we all know. The traitor's name for now remains unknown, but in the darkness I will find him and have my vengeance. So answered Thunderlung. And the Etvetter also his piece spoke. The honor of Fenris you have defended, Ulfar Thunderlung. My brothers, the Allfather's hall entering, will boldly tell that in death they have not been forgotten. With a joyous roar these words they will answer, for they surely mean that fierce Fenris still stands. So Ulfar's mighty word was spoken, a proud funeral dirge was sung, his brother's weary body cursed by grief, from his carapace was freed, and laid upon the pyre. The old spinners weave the word thread cruelly, no enquiries or entreaties accepting. Ulfar Thunderlung cast his gaze, and clearly he beheld the end of his trail. And so ended the saga of the baleful howl. May the Black Mane guide them to Kjalhalla. Only one was not claimed by Mordecai the Dark-Hearted. Ulfar Thunderlung stood stalwart upon the ground. Too stubborn for death was this rebellious wolf, too hot to be seized by the chill of the grave. His brothers praising, he raised his deadly axe. Fenris stands, so there will many yet to slay. But was there room in Ulfar's heart for sorrow? So it was. But anguish does not plague the warrior's soul. He knew one day his brothers he would meet again. Once the curse was broken, and his honorable death he claimed in battle. Glory to the fierce wolf, son of Fenris. Let us remember, brothers, the baleful howl, daring hunters, fierce fighters, and troublemakers without equal. Let us glorify their exploits and glorify their fall. With honor have these wolves gone to Kjalhalla. Let us remember the mighty brother Ulfar, who did not abandon his pack in the snowy wastes. Let us remember the traitor of the von Valancius line, he whose name is known and honored on Fenris. Let us raise our cups and cry into the face of Hellwinter's gale. Father, we live still. Fenris Yolda. And we're done. My goodness, that just kept on going, didn't it? So no corpses to loot? Alright, let's go have our follow-up with Ulfar. And, I've got to say, I get why they did it in that style. That's, just kind of Ulfar's whole thing. But man, if they had done any significant percentage of this game in that style, I probably would not still be playing it. I much prefer more conventional narrative framing. Also, would have been nice to actually fight the guy in turn-based combat. Though I did like the art. Oh, also we should reset our combat buffs while we're here. Cece, my sweetheart.
Et Vator, It is good to see you. I swear that your name will not be forgotten when I return to Fenris and sing my saga.
Something has changed in Ulfar, as though a burden that has weighed on him ever since your first meeting is finally gone. There is a serenity in his harsh features that there never was before. He bows before you with respect. Ulfar, just wanted to touch base, see how you're doing. And again, I wanted to share my condolences about how this all turned out.
Thank you. Their stories will not be forgotten, but will live on in the chapter's legends. We wolves do not fully die. We leave to hunt in Kjalhalla, and one day we will return to this world for the final battle. Glorious will be the day when we brothers are reunited.
Oh, good. I pronounced that right. So now that you're a pack of one, what comes next? You know, Thorvald still has that offer open. I'm sure the Stormbiters would welcome you.
The pack is no more. I could become a lone wolf, an avenger of the fallen. But my heart yearns for something else. I have missed the company of the warriors of Fenris. When we finish your business here, I will seek out Thorvald Ironhide and accept his generous offer. I will bind myself by ties of blood brotherhood to the Stormbiters. My duty to the Allfather is not yet fulfilled.
Glad to hear it. And how about that curse? The Doppelgrendel is dead. You still think it holds sway?
The curse is strong. There is no doubt about that. But my spirit is stronger than a Doppelgrendel. I overcame one in combat, so can I not overcome its magic? No. One day I will find the glorious death on the field of battle.
Well, hey, it's awkward to say it, but I hope you do. I hope you find everything you're looking for out there. Though I have to ask, given the fate of your pack, what exactly changed your mind?
Do you remember when I was overcome with rage in the Wreathing Tempest Spire? And you reminded me who I was supposed to be fighting for?
I mean, kind of. That was like 80 episodes ago, bud.
When I told you of the death of my brothers Arnulf and Skjadi, you paid tribute to their valor. And for a moment, I felt as if I were back home on Fenris. And I wanted to return there. When we stood over the body of my brother, Ignilf, you spoke true words. You brought my home back to my mind. And then I knew that I was not ready to abandon all hope of seeing it once more. Your counsel, Edvetter, it is what gave me strength.
Well, I'm glad I could help. Also, I was kind of out of it most of that fight, but the pack of frost wolves, the evil spirit possessing your brother, was that did that actually happen?
Dreams brought on by Mjolnir mixed with reality and the spells of the Doppelgrendel. How can I say what was true and what was a mirage? Were we fighting against a spirit or against my deranged brother? Did the ghosts of the fallen rise up beside us to weigh our valor on the scales of honor? Or did the drug make us do battle with the wind? It is all true, Edvater. Or perhaps none of it was. The people of Fenris have long known how thin is the line between what is real and what is legend. And we were in a legend.
Well said. And also, I guess I am erring on the side of it being real, considering our party did assist with at least the first half. But regardless, I'm glad things worked out, at least as best as we could have hoped for.
I could not have done it without you, Edvater. Know that, now and always, you will have friends on Fenris.
And you here? I'll leave you be, my friend, but best prepare. I feel like payback looms on the horizon.
Fenris Hilda, Edvater.
Indeed.
My dear friend, today you have a particularly bright glow of jade and gold around you.
All right.
Too many colors. I have enjoyed your...
Yeah, I guess her whole empathic thing just stops working after a certain point. Which is a shame, because, you know, I would have liked to get a final read on our companions as we headed into this final stretch. And it does seem like we are indeed into the final stretch, because we have no more side quests. That was our final one. From here on out, it's just Kalkazar. That said, we'll hit the pause button for now. I will go reset our combat buffs, and we will pick up here next time. See you then. Oh, and special thanks to the Raiders, the fine folks who help make these videos possible, including but not limited to Eerie V23, Revenant, Alois, Bowman, Drakiith, EgonAlter, Exsellsior, Gottlieb, James Trimmier, Lady Shayna, Mark Giemza, RandomPassrby, RobbyB, Triphoppenskip, and Valinrook. Thanks for your support, guys. That said, if you'd also like to help support the channel, then feel free to push the buttons that do the things. Trust me, it does make a difference. Or you could even check out the PayPal, the Patreon, the Nexus GG, or the YouTube memberships. Links are in the description.
My duty to the All-Father is not yet fulfilled.